Remember, that prospect doesn't know what you know and probably doesn't want to know what you know. They just want a solution to their problem. Hi, this is Jason Kanigan, President of Sales on Fire, and today I want to talk to you about the curse of knowledge. And the curse of knowledge is paired with a thing called the dummy curve, which we'll cover later, and also I'll put a link to it in the description below. But it's a sales killer, and it affects everybody who's been in their sales role for a while. And it kind of goes like this. Well, I know everything about this subject, and so I assume that this is common knowledge because I deal with this topic every day and all these details and technical things and that. And so you assume that everybody else knows this stuff too, when in fact almost nobody knows what you know. And here's a secret: they don't want to. They just want a solution, okay? So there's a good quote in here about the curse of knowledge that I'll drop into the link in the description below. There's another sales trainer who describes, this is his quote: salespeople typically simply list technical facts to potential clients and believe that that's an effective sales method. Believe me, it isn't. So if we can hop out for the quote for a second, a car dealership sales guy going, oh, the motor does this and that, and it gets this gas mileage and so many horsepower and stuff like that. Most of us don't even, do you have a relative idea of what a good horsepower is? Like 300 horsepower is good for a sports car, I guess. Like if you don't know that, telling you it's got 150 horsepower or something is useless. So the odd thing, going back into his quote here, the odd thing I notice from a sales point of view is that the technology is getting more complicated, not, as we're led to believe, more simplified. Consumers are becoming rabbits in headlights, trapped with the dazzle that is technology specification. It is the responsibility, I agree with this wholeheartedly, it is the responsibility of technology salespeople to understand what a customer wants, remove the dazzle, and attend to that critical need, which surprisingly may not be the leading edge of technology. That is a great quote. And I'll ask you, can you see how salesmen have this knee-jerk reaction and that creates this effect on prospective customers in your industry? It scares the hell out of them. When you, as a tech guy, come in as a sales guy in technology, come in and go, dump, here's all the features and bells and whistles of everything that we do, that scares the heck out of your prospects. So again, there are two ways of looking at the curse of knowledge. One is from the outside in and the other is from the inside out. So from the outside in, we might go, well, I deal with this stuff every day. Why doesn't, everyone else must understand that. And that can actually stop you from trying to make sales, because you will go, well, what do they need me for? I might as well not call them or contact them, because they already know that. Don't assume. Until you get in there and you have a real conversation with them where some truth is being shared, you don't know, okay? And the second thing is that inward-looking thing, from the outside, where people are looking at you, and if you show up and go, here's all this features listings of all this technological stuff, and it could be in any field. I could do that with sewing machines, okay? It doesn't have to be computer stuff. So you can just scare the heck out of prospects by dumping way too much data on them. So use the dummy curve. Don't leap into features and benefits. So when the prospect asks you a question, look for the question behind the question. That's interesting. Why is that important to you? Well, how many horsepower does it have? Maybe that's all they know to ask. It may have no relevance to their buying decision. You understand? It may be the only thing they know about. So ask the question behind the question. I'm happy to answer that. I'm going to ask you a question first. What is important about that for you? Right? Or what were you hoping to learn? And you will get to a deeper level. Unless they're the most serious gearhead, they're not really going to care about all the technical bells and whistles. Like that other sales guy says, the leading edge of technology may not be the appropriate solution. This ties into what I was saying yesterday. Move off the solution to begin with. You don't know what they need. You don't know their situation. Find out about it first and develop fit. And then the second step to alleviate the curse of knowledge after using the dummy curve and finding out, like, hey, what's the real reason you're asking that question, is to break things down into small steps. Don't just dump this whole truckload of stuff on them because you're trying to explain something and show off your product knowledge. Do not do that. You do not do that. Remember, that prospect doesn't know what you know and probably doesn't want to know what you know. They just want a solution to their problem. Okay? So this has been a little bit of talk about the curse of knowledge. If you have any questions, please drop it into the comments below or send me an email, jason@jasonkanigan.com. Really appreciate the time. Some people have taken a comment on my videos and send me messages. You'll always get an answer from me. and we'll talk about this a little bit further because it is kind of a complex topic. It's one of those limiting belief things that's going on all the time. And by being conscious of it, that's the very first step in dealing with it. And if you can deal with the curse of knowledge, then you'll become a much more effective and bigger earning salesperson. This is Jason Kanigan from Sales on Fire. Thanks for watching.